Looks like we haven't heard the last about Liberal leader Justin Trudeau's stand on MPs and the abortion issue. CTV News has obtained audio of what Toronto MP John McKay thought was a private conversation he was having at an event Sunday night. He's opposed to abortion, and this is what he had to say about Trudeau's move to bar prospective Liberal candidates who are anti-abortion.
I don't know. Umpteen conversations with so many people about this, and it's driving me crazy. I initially thought it was a bozo eruption, that he didn't actually think about what he said. What was even more disturbing is that his brain trust might have actually thought about this. And if they did, it scares the hell out of me, because if you don't know that this is a toxic issue for the population, then you really got no political sense whatsoever.
Joining us now is CTV's Deputy Bureau Chief, Ottawa's Laurie Graham. Good morning to you, Laurie. Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure, Bev.
So it's clear, that somebody was deliberately trying to tape him to get him to talk about this stuff. He doesn't deny the comments. But how big a rift does this show in terms of Justin Trudeau's policy that he stated and the way people feel in the party?
Well, Liberals will tell you when talking to them, no, everything is fine. In fact, I asked yesterday afternoon after I'd heard this tape, Stéphane Dion was out in the foyer, and he said, we all have our own individual, ideas, and but when it comes down to a vote, we're all going to work together. We're a team. We're one. We're unified. But behind the scenes, when you talk to Liberals, they're really hearing this in their ridings. Wherever they go, people are talking about this. It's a very divisive issue, abortion. And when Mr. Trudeau came out and declared that, this was the party line. We are a pro-choice party, and we will vote that way, and that's what he expected from any newcomers coming in. It did, without a doubt, cause some problems. They will say publicly that it's okay, but behind the scenes, Liberals are definitely concerned about this.
When it comes down to what Justin Trudeau said, though, it seems like he recognizes that people, certainly existing MPs, and I guess those coming in, are going to have their own beliefs, but that he wants them to vote a certain way.
Absolutely. And, it's a very difficult line for Mr. Trudeau, because prior to that, he said that his party was going to be open and democratic, that any nomination would be open. Whichever riding association decided on the individual, they would accept that. He's proven already in a number of situations where candidates he didn't want didn't actually get nominated or are actually having trouble getting nominated. And now this tells other riding associations that if they are an anti-abortion riding, they would like to have an anti-abortion MP represent them. He doesn't want them. So it is difficult. And when I say behind the scenes, Liberals are talking, if asked behind the scenes, they'll say that they're struggling with this, that their people in their riding are all talking about this. Obviously, Mr. McKay, who is publicly a declared pro-life MP, thought that he was talking quietly and off the record and maybe in a private conversation, but he was in a public room. And when asked by somebody, he declared how he was feeling. And to say the words that he said, to call Mr. Trudeau's position a bozo interruption, suggests that he is no doubt hearing a lot about this, and he has a very strong position on this. So that is now a public rift. And when Mr. McKay and Mr. Trudeau meet on Parliament Hill today, I can imagine it'll be rather difficult. The Liberal Party has issued a statement. I know that we received one yesterday. I know that you've received one where Mr. Trudeau says that he respects Mr. McKay, but I'll be very curious about how the two of them, when they see each other eye to eye today, how that goes, given that Mr. McKay has essentially called him a bozo.
Right, and we're taking a look at the statement right now. Mr. Trudeau from the party. Mr. Trudeau respects Mr. Kay. Mr. Kay has strong personal feelings about this issue, and often in those situations, people say things they come to regret. Well, one thing for sure, Laurie, we know the Liberals are talking about it. The Tories are going to be talking about it from here and probably into the next election. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you, Beth.